Yep, yep. Back in here again. Y'all know what it is. Let me check it out. Make sure everything is working on the correct. My brother Derek Bailey out there. Salute to Derek Bailey out in there. First up. Yeah. They don't want to show up, Derek. They don't want to come. They don't want to be first no more. They don't want to. They don't want to. Be, they don't want to have neck up in here. Derek Bailey, they ready for it, but I don't know. My web is getting kind of soft. I don't know. They're not used to all this talk. They're not used to all this real talk. What you thought it was? They're not used to all this real talk, man. They don't like it. They don't like all the real talk. Man, please, man. I'm not going down the same way that other fools went down. Just not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. You know what I mean? Not gonna do it. Let somebody else do it. If whatever the fate is, that's what the fate got to be, man. It's not like we're sitting up waiting. I'm not going down the same way. You see what I mean? It's not like we're sitting here waiting for it. Like, oh, this is gonna happen. I mean, we're not just, we're conscious enough to know that it can go down. That's all. But people are so scared. Scary ass people. Oh, I need to go get the vaccine. You're stupid. They don't know nothing about Jim Jones. True or false, don't matter. If you don't know about it, Jim Jones, you don't know nothing about it. You know what I mean? If you believe it, believe it. If not, they always tell. Why you think they always come up with this stuff, man? They tell us, the movies tell us everything, but people just don't get it. I remember Matrix, blue pill, red pill. Uh-huh. What's the difference? One's a damn lie, and one's the truth. Right? I told you always two sides, right? They tell you that all the time. They always tell you that. Light side, dark side. Come on now. They tell you that all the time. But then they present something to you right afterwards. Wizard of Oz, Kansas. Oh my goodness. Oz of Kansas. Which one was the reality? But then there's other stories behind all that too. You gotta look at all the stories. Hidden stories. Within stories there's hidden stories because you're only prepared to say exactly what you can say. You're not prepared to say, yeah, you're not prepared to say anything that you're not prepared to say. And people don't even understand what that means. You're just not prepared. You're not prepared to say what you're not prepared to say. You only have a limit. Your program, even if they say sky's the limit, why you think they saying sky's the limit? Because that's the damn limit. They make little small sayings and have you thinking that, oh no, I can go past the sky. No, you can't. Let me see you do it. Save up all your money. I don't care if you got 20 billion. You go past the sky. You ain't going past no sky. You have famous scientists before they even died. They even said that. They said you can't go past the sky. But they tell the truth. They have to tell, before you die. You have to tell the truth. You ain't gonna lie on your deathbed. You gotta tell the truth before you die. So they tell the truth, and people still don't get it. And my brother, I didn't send that to you, but hold on. Let me see. Let me just check it out. Yeah, we just in here right now. Right now we just in here. So yeah, we gonna get we'll get it going. My brother back up in here again. Salute to Michael Johnson's box of talking more. He said the drink the Kool-Aid or he said our balling guy, yeah. Go ahead. Stick your face up in there. Stupid. You got more people to stick their face into something that's gonna blow up than to stick their face in something that's gonna massage their face, like exfoliate your face or something. Make you look more beautiful or whatever, get all the dead skin cells off. But that's just the way it is, man. And I've been noticing that it's not like this. This ain't something that's just new. This ain't new to me. I didn't just figure this out. Yeah, I ain't the most, and that's bad because I'm not the most intelligent. That's sad. Very very sad. Very very sad. Yep. But people don't get it. They don't get it. They always think everything is what the way it's supposed to be. They gonna just roll with it. You let your celebrities tell you, oh, just go with the wave. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead and go with the wave. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with the wave. Yeah, yeah. It was a couple of things and I didn't forget. I just got so busy, Derek Bailey, because I told you I said yeah I'm gonna send Derek Bailey something, but it happens. It happens. But don't worry about it, brother. You always get Eagle. When Eagle say something, that's it, man. It might take me. Sometimes it take me a while, man. But the reward, man, is worth it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna see um, my designer more or less is really being a jerk, really being stupid. Don't make sense. I should be able to have, I should have all kinds of, like my design. I should have plenty of them. I should have like plenty, so I can do exactly what I want to with them. But I don't. Uh, I didn't get with the PNG and nothing like that. I could have got like a. I was supposed to have a file to where I could manipulate it and do what I want to with it. I see down there, Shadow 979 up here. He says, salute that Eagles way up boxing. Got the eagle up good. Got the web up good. In that hand up good, baby. But look, I'm gonna get to y'all shouts out. I just hollered at my boy because I haven't seen him for just a minute. But I'm gonna get to y'all. But you know how we first come in, we gotta rap. We gotta rap just a little bit. You know, kind of try to make this a wonderful show like always. To always try to make it something great, something different, um, something for something for haters, something for haters to come in and they will. The haters will come in and they'll everything will just will bother them so much when they come in. That's good. We love that though. We love when you come in and hate. You know, that extra hate. I don't know why I hate so much. No, you can't help it. That's genetic too. People don't understand. Their personality. They say that that the attitudes and stuff like that are learned. Your way of thinking and stuff is learned. Okay. Well, sometimes you gotta unlearn stuff. Sometimes you gotta unlearn it. You learn one way, it's like damn. Well, sometimes you can learn one way, and that's just not the way. You see, people don't get it a lot of times. I'm like, come on, dude, please get it. I'm asking you to get it, but some people just don't get it, man. Just because somebody says it's one way, don't mean that's the real way it is. But what happens is we fall for anything though. the Okie believe in extra. We just believe everything. Oh, is that what it was? Yeah, it's just stupid. Because the hand is quicker than the eye. No, the camera is quicker than the eye, not the hand. Somebody's gonna catch the hand. Maybe everybody can't catch the hand. I'm not good at catching the hand all the time. But them films and stuff, man. Why you think they call it editing? Huh? They call it editing because they get your ass with the edit. That edit will get you every time. It'll get you every time, man. That edit. Yeah, the edit. Oh, when did this? How did this happen? Or what? They got you. They got you on the edit, son. Yeah. Oh, I got one thing that I will send um, to my brother. Matter of fact, I'll put it in here just because this is one thing. I know I got something else, but hopefully I'll try to put it in here that way I don't have to send it to you. But anyway, I'll let you, let me see. If I can put it in here, then just check that one out, Derek. But I got something else for you. I just gotta get to it. Yeah, but I love my people, man. When I say my people, I mean the people the real people. It ain't that has shit to do with my nation. My nation be effing up sometimes. You know what I mean? Of course, yeah, I go to them first. Oh, I'm always going to them first. They always come to me crying about something. So of course I got to go to them first because they're gonna come to me crying. And that's my job. That's why you're supposed to do your job when you're here. You ain't supposed to do just because man have a job for you. That's not the job that you do. You do the job whether you believe it or not. Some people believe and some people don't believe. But you do whatever you're supposed to, you're destined to do. You do that first. And then you do what man. Then you do man's job. Get up. Can I get a couple of doses? Can I get a couple of doses of that there that injection? Till this day, Derek Bailey. When I was a little kid, they threw me in front of that needle, and I've been traumatized ever since. They threw me in front of that needle, and it left a permanent mark on my left arm, my left tricep. Permanent mark. It's still there. It's fold. It's fading out. It's fading out. I gotta try to see if I can get the other goods though. I have some other goods for you. I got one that y'all can believe or you don't have to believe. But there's some real monsters out here that people just would not they wouldn't believe it. Oh, it's a monster? Nah, they just would not. You won't believe. Because the real truth and the real reality of things, it just and how is this relating to boxing? Equals way. Because we're under some kind of illusion, the same thing with the stupid ass boxing. Same thing, they still getting us. Somebody let me know if they not getting us in boxing. Just say, no, they ain't getting us. Put up a one if everything that we know about boxing is true. Just put up a one. If everything we know about boxing is true, put up a one. Let me see how many ones I get. Everything that they talk about boxing is true. Let's put it up. I want to see this number. Yeah. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see all this stuff up here. I'm waiting to see. Everything in boxing so far, everything in boxing is truthful. People think I hate. They think I hate America. No, it's not. No, you can't hate the land that your ancestors come from. You don't hate it, and you're not supposed to hate. There's the only thing you're supposed to hate is misdoing, like evil and stuff. That's all. That's the only thing you're supposed to hate. You're not supposed to just hate people because guess what? You didn't make them. But if they do certain stuff, can you hate them? Yeah, of course. And I was looking back through here, Derek. I don't know. They might have got me on the video, but I know I sent it to somebody, uh, so maybe they archived it because they might have got me on it. Bass, you should already know, man. You already know. You already know. Anytime somebody want to leak something, this factual or something that's good, something good for the brain, what happens? Hmm? What happens is they take it down, they snatch it, they keep you from getting it. That's it. That's how. That's how they gotta do it. They gotta do that. They gotta do it. They're not gonna, you know, leave up stuff for you to pay attention to, or what they. I'm gonna tell you what. This is what happens though. Somebody wants to pay attention. This is what happens. Is if I give you something and you think it's a parody, right? If you think it's a parody, guess what? Guess what you do? What do you do when something's a parody? What do you do? Do you believe it if it's a parody, or what do you do if it's a parody? What do you do? You take it or leave it, right? But most of you just don't. You don't care. I don't care. You don't care about it, right? But what if that was the way that I was telling you the truth? If that's the way that I'm telling you the truth, you see what happened? That's the way that I'm telling you the truth. So what happens is that you ignore that because of the way that I presented it to you, right? Huh? Because of the way I've been getting. Yeah, this is grown folks chat too, though. So that's the whole thing. Yasser Hussein, salute to Yasser Hussein up in here. Everybody, salute to all y'all. My brother Gil. What happened to brother Gil? Did we hurt his feelings? We hurt his feelings the other day, man. Gil ain't showing up. You know, my champ supposed to be in my other champ. My champ is here, Derek Bailey, but my other champ's supposed to be here. Derek 2 times. Or retaining. What do you call it? It's retaining, yeah. And still. Derek Bailey, and still. And still, and still. Yeah. But they been getting us, folks. They been getting us, kids, all the time. Here's my shot. Now, this is my commercial today. These people get free advertising out of me. So this one is not like sweet, like you would think it's sweet. Yeah, I know he broke it open, so yeah. But anyway, this one here, this is, you guys take this one for your, this cold and flu season, right? And it's called Zand Elderberry. It's zinc. And I don't really particularly care about rice itself, like for rice, but this is sweetened with rice syrup. This is your zinc. And this one don't have that chalky taste because these are more like lozenges, is that what they call them? Or cough drops. Zan. Y'all better start paying. Zan and those companies better start paying me, putting their products up. But y'all take that one before this season is up and just hold them up. You just keep them, for the next season. Just use them for the rest of this winter, and then, just use them next year or something like that. Or whenever you need them. You got to, you feel something coming on. Get rid of it before it gets you. Because your body warns you when you're about to get something. Some people just ignore it, but it warns you. So knock that shit out. And stop drinking all the Kool-Aid, man. Y'all love Kool-Aid too much, man. And that's how they get the ethnic people, by deliciously looking drinks and shit. That's how they get you. They make stuff look delicious. And I'm talking about the real stuff now. Like the foods and stuff like that. They get you with the red punch. You think they didn't know you was gonna like red punch? That you wasn't gonna like grape? Huh? Ethnic people so into the grape, they don't even call it grape no more. They just call it purple. Matter of fact, that's how they label them. Red, purple. Be like red. Red is the real one, though, huh? Red, the red. Give me the red. The red or the grape. Anything that don't have the color green, we don't like the green. But guess what? All the colors come from green. See? You don't even know that, huh? Never thought about it like that, huh? All the colors come from green. Not from the rainbow. All the colors come from green. And green is going to represent every color. At one point, you even have some trees that represent every color. Every color. They'll have leaves that come up. They'll be like real, like lime green or bright green. Then they'll get dark green. And then later on, from green, they'll get bluish. They'll get blue, purple. And then from purple, then they start to fade. After they get purple, then they start fading out. and then you start getting the browns and stuff. You start, well, before you get the browns, you get the yellow. You get the yellow, the orange, the red, and then you get, after that, then you get the brown. You get the brown and back from the ground, and then it goes back into the ground. But let me see what y'all got up in here. Up in Eagles Way of Boxing. Salute at Eagles Way from Derek Bailey. Salute back to the brother. Then Michael Johnson Boxing talk again. He said to drink a Kool-Aid. A balling guy. That's right. Derek Bailey said, yep. And then salute out to Michael Johnson's Boxing Talk from Derek Bailey. And then shout out 979 drops the words out here. Salute at Eagles Way of Boxing with the Eagle. Y'all know what it is, man. Salute at Shadow 979. That come from Derek Bailey. And then shout out 979 at Derek Bailey and at Michael Johnson's Boxing Talking more. Salute to y'all. And then the drop of the link, and then Derek Bailey with the OK. And then y'all sir finally got his ass up in here talking about salute Eagle. And then y'all sir Hussein again and salute at Derek Bailey and at Shadow 979. Derek Bailey, salute at y'all sir Hussein. And then Shadow 979 with the at y'all sir Hussein, salute. And then Derek Bailey with the drop again. He said they've been getting us. That's right. Y'all sir Hussein said drinking a big cup of green tea while smoking some green after my dinner. He said, laughing my ass off. That's it. But then again, there you again. And that just tell you, they're laughing out loud at y'all, sir, Hussein, Derek Bailey. Yeah, that just goes to tell you that green, right? See, y'all thought I was playing. See, it goes deeper than that because the green, if y'all do green the wrong way or you do too much green, then you will get a whole rainbow of colors, won't you? Or something else. But the green, all the colors come from green. Man, even you will go back to green. You will turn into fertilizer and you will start to replenish the green all over again. And that's part of your cycle. Far as your vessel, this thing, the body, far as that's concerned. But we're not talking, see, we didn't even go like all spiritual and stuff like that. Oh, he on that spiritual, rah. People hate anything that's spiritual, but they don't understand how is your programming working? Just like a computer without the software is just a fancy light. It can't do shit without the software. Just turn on and turn off. That's it. You got to have some instructions. Just like you got to have instructions. Am I wrong or am I wrong? Or am I right? Here come Gil. Gil talking about he's talking about painting and shit. See, when you slow, hey Derek, look, when you slow and your name is Gil Coles, that's what you get. But anyway, salute to my little brother anyway. Even though we know he's special needs. We know that Gil's special needs, but don't worry about it. He missed the story. Then he bring his ass in here. He said you can't make green without yellow and blue. Don't let Eagles Web lie to y'all. He come here and think he dropping some knowledge, right? He come here and think he dropping some knowledge, but I gave them a whole different perspective on stuff, and they know what I was saying. So when you come in here talking about when you come in here with your green, with your blue and yellow, get up out of here with that. Because just like when they talk about opposites, when you take opposites, like if you take the spectrum of like colors, like say for instance you take paints, any two colors you can make, when you use any two colors, you can actually make brown, gray, and black from any two colors, any two opposite colors. White and black, you make gray. See, blue and red, you make gray. Orange and orange and blue, you make gray. Red and green, you make gray, or black. Yeah, I said it right. Black. Everything comes from black. Gil, your spectrum of knowledge is just so lacking, brother. I'm sorry. He said everything comes from black. Everything comes from black. Dark and black is two different things. Okay? Like the plants come out of the darkness, that's the ground. That's the dark. That's not black. It comes out of the darkness, but they come into the light. Same thing when you're a little seedling. See, you're a little seedling, and we're trying to raise him up, Derek. We're trying to raise him up so he come up out the dark. but he won't come out. He won't come out the dark because he's a grown man and he got his set ways. Well, I'm grown now. Y'all can't teach me nothing. I know it all. See, and that's the one thing about a know-it-all is they can't be taught. Me, I don't know shit, so I can always be taught. Derek Brady can teach me a lot. A lot of people can teach me a lot, but Gil can't teach me a damn thing with that little analogy with the yellow and blue. You can't teach me nothing in there about the yellow and blue, because that's a whole different topic. So, who's the yellow and blue in boxing right now? Who's the yellow and blue? Who's the new green one that's coming up? The only real champ. The only real lion. Because I got news flashes coming up all over me, Derek Brady. And they like fires almost. Every time I turn around, there's a new news flash. This fighter don't want to fight this fight. God dang, man. This fighter don't want to fight this other fighter. Are you kidding me? So, is that what we really have? Y'all tell me if I'm wrong or if I'm right. Am I reading into it wrong? Is that what we have right now? Nothing but ducks? That's y'all's list right there. Pulled up the wrong one. But is that all we got? Is nothing but ducks? Everybody a duck. If y'all notice, see how Gil has quotes? See? He a good boy, huh? Gil got quotes because he's sitting there. Somebody says something like, blind leading blind. See? Can the blind lead the blind for real? It depends on where they're going. And I'm going to tell you something. See, because I happen to understand this a lot better than you might understand it. Now watch this. Watch me kill what he just said. Let's say, for instance, Derek Brady, y'all, sir, that you're in a covered space. It's flat, but you're in a building. There's no light in the building. Absolutely none. And it's huge. This building is big as a city. No floors. It's just one level. No windows. It has 2 windows in it. It's late at night. And it's not going to get lighter. The only way it will get lighter if somebody makes it to the door to get up out of there. Okay? You got a blind guy in there with you. And he's good with the echolocation because he's been blind all of his life. You're not blind. But at that point, are you blind? So, who has a better chance of getting out of that building? You or the blind guy? In that case, what happens? You got a blind leading the blinds, a bunch of blind people, and he'll get you up out of that building. So blind can lead. It's all about the situation. It's the perspective of it. Because blind could lead. I'm not saying they could lead everything, but they could lead. A blind person can lead you out of the dark better than somebody who got sight. No flashlights or nothing like that. They can lead you out. If they remember the way in, they can lead you back out because their equilibrium, everything's different on them than is on you. See? You thought you was dropping one, but guess what? Came right back and got you. So Gil. See, he comes in here. Yeah, see, Gil don't know about echolocation. He think just only bats have that. That's what Gil thinks. Only bats have that. Matter of fact, you have it. You have it if you practice it, but you got to practice it. What happens is you like wear some hard bottom shoes and you walk through a parking lot. And you start memorizing what the sound like. Matter of fact, you even know I'm gonna give you one to show and prove real quick. Because see, I can dispel stupid shit like real easy. Because I'm that one. I'm that one that dispels the dumb shit easy. Has anybody ever filled up something with water? Like say for instance, you filled up a jar or something like that. You fill up a jar of water, right? After you fill up that jar of water so many times, when you can blindly tell when that when it gets to the top, right? Am I wrong or am I right? Somebody put up a 1 if they've ever done that. Like they was filling something up, and just because of the way it sounds, they know when it's getting to the top. What do you think that is? That's an echo. That's a sound. That's a sound. The location is the bottle. Huh? The sound is the bottle. I get tired of teaching people. Yeah. See, but then what disappoints me a lot of time is see Yasser falls into Gil's traps, but then I got intelligence in here. I got an intelligent life form in here also, and they're not gonna fall for that. So somebody put up a 1. If you fill stuff up, like if you was filling up some bottles, even if that you actually can tell when it's about full. That's how sound works. But some people are too stupid to understand sound. The same thing with a train. If a train is coming, after a while you know exactly where that train is by the sound of the train. By listening to it on the tracks, you understand the sound. See, some people aren't aware of their own senses, and I can't help that. If you're not aware of your own senses, that's your fault. It's not my fault. If somebody's been doing all your hearing and stuff for you, that's on you. Now hey, I don't want to see your 1, Gil. Take your 1 away. Take your 1 away. Because you came in here trying to clown. Gil, you don't get to use a 1. Let me get rid of your 1. You don't get to use a 1 up in here. You don't get to use a 1 because you came in here trying to clown and stuff like that. But I'm saying when you get into a certain environment, then you realize what is, you don't realize completely what it's like to be blind. Because guess what? I told you guys before that Eagle, I used to actually be blind. I was blind at one point. And so Gil comes up with this crazy shit. But but your host used to be blind. But now if I seen y'all, I'll see you. See? There's things that, people think it's just blind. No, you could tell. Shit, I guarantee you that you used that shit when you was a child, when your mom or something was on the way home and you was out messing up and shit. And she had to walk and you knew where she was at. You know what I'm saying? You could hear her coming down the hall and shit. If you lived in a big apartment or something like that, or if she was coming down the street, your ears get more attuned. You see what I mean? Only time we use our senses if we have to. Now watch out there. You'd be saying, watch out, because there's, sometimes there's snakes over here. I guarantee your eyes get good as hell when somebody tell you the snakes come past a certain spot or something like that. Your eyes get good. You oh shit, I can't miss that. Your eyes be this big, like, oh shit, I'm looking for that snake. You feel me? Y'all know them. Y'all know what I'm saying. So if you want to play in the Gil's trap, go ahead and play in the Gil's trap. Yep. But he come in here crying while the duck, Charles Martin. Yeah, okay. We got everybody ducks. Gil Cole's crying again, echolocation, because he didn't know. Eagle, you've been watching Daredevil comics. Let me take that shit out of there too. Because I got Yasser coming in with his shit. See? Yasser. Yeah. I just removed your shit. You know what I mean? You and Gil come in here playing. We'll be the first ones to get time out. But then shout out 979 and then now Yasser. I don't even know why Yasser put a 1 up. What he putting a 1 up for, Derek? I started making sense. He said you can feel the weight and hear the noise change when it gets to the top. Yasser Hussein. So what is that? Isn't that the same thing? That's a small scale. You understand, Yasser? That's a small scale of noticing something, right? Just like a car from a distance, right? When they get closer, right? The sounds different, right? Same thing. If you was trapped in that building, that blind person would actually get you out of that building. Look at my 2 dunces. Y'all know what dunces are? The ones where the little cone caps, they always got to sit in the corner back in the 1940s and shit. Where they had to sit in the corner with a big cap on, a dunce, for acting stupid. That's Gil Cole and Yasser Hussein. Those are my 2 dunces today. Both of them. Both y'all. I'm going to do Bob on y'all's ass. Gil. Yasser. Get your ass in the corner and put those dunce caps on. Both of you. Get out of here. So both of these two come in here trying to clown, messing with Eagle. I'm the wrong one to mess with, y'all. Ooh ha! I'm the wrong one. See, you learn something that you already knew every day. Huh? You learn something that you already knew. You see what I mean? Because our senses, like I say, our senses actually, we heighten our senses uh, based on what we need to do. Eagle, you sound like you're 6. Teaching Mr. Lathan now. No. Well, that's sometimes we got to go back to the lower level of school. Because when you got people just coming in, just dropping off the web right away, talking about yellows and greens and shit. I mean, yellows and blues. And that's not even what I was saying. That's not even what I was saying. When they come in here dropping down like that, because the earth was made with greenery. You know, green that's the first color was the green. Green is the first color. I'm sorry. If you want to get technical, it's kind of a whitish green. Okay, okay. Let me ask somebody this. Let me see if anybody knows this before we even go on. So y'all talk about you talk about basic science. This is actually for y'all, sir. I'm gonna shut y'all sir's ass up real quick. See how I have to shut everybody up. So y'all sir, the first vegetation that actually grows in a barren spot is called what? I'm gonna kill it. He's dead already. Right now he's already dead. The first vegetation that grows in a barren spot is called what? What's it called? See, he's dead already. He's already dead, Derek. He can't even come back. He don't know what to say. See? He's gone. The first vegetation or organic substance that grows before all other plant life grows is called what? In a barren spot. It's a bearing spot. This spot is just a bearing spot. Nothing there. Just rocks there. What's the first thing that grows? No, it's not algae. Get your dumb ass out of here. See? You get a stamp. It's not that. Does anybody know? So we're already going to give him an F. Which one is it? Does anybody else know? Not algae. He been looking at it like water. Oh yeah, there's algae growing up in there. And algae still not first. What's first? Anybody know? This is not nothing to make anybody seem like they don't know. Nope, it's not moss. Nope. Nope. See, you need 6th grade science. See? See that damn y'all, sir, he needs 6th grade science. See, when you try to come in here playing, you know I'm going to get you in the first place, right? Right? You know I'm going to get you. You should already know. You already know. See, I got a couple of men here, Shadow 9, that put their head out there. They put their head on the chopping block. That's Gil Coles and Yasser Hussein. And see, Gil Coles is a bad influence on Yasser. Because Yasser, that's our UK brother that I usually can go to every once in a while for some information or something like that. But then he gets caught up with Gil, and Gil get both their heads put on the chopping block. Both of them. They both just stick their head on the chopping block. Let me put my head out there. Gil got his head out there. Let me see. And Derek, what did we talk about in the beginning? What was the first thing I was talking about before I even brought up anything about boxing? What was the first thing I was talking about? I said you can get some people to put their head in there. It could be an explosion in there waiting, and they can get them to stick their head up in there. Put your head up in there. Poof. That's it. We know. You got to watch even some of the game shows you watch. I'm gonna take you back to a game. I don't even know if it still comes on. I haven't watched TV, like watch TV in years. People say, tell me about shows. I say, I ain't never watched this shit. I don't watch nothing. Every once in a while, like I watched Dave Chappelle. There's a few things that I have watched, but most stuff I just never watched it. I get turned off as soon as I see it. All these criminal shows, I just turn that off. I'm like, they glorifying that. But I'm gonna tell you, just like um, there's a show that's called Price is Right, and they got this game that you play. I don't know if it's, I don't know exactly what it's called. It's three strikes or something. You can win a car or whatever like that. And they got three strikes in. It's in the dark. You got to reach in there and you got to pull out a chip. You pull out one chip at a time. If you get three of those X's, no more chances. So you go in there, you pull out a chip, and then the host to say, okay, that's one number in the car, whatever. Boom, another one. Something. I think I got the thing right. Or either some. And sometimes they got the same one. I think they play it. It's called Plank or something like that. But both games you got to pull in. If you get three X's, that's it. You don't get no more draws. So you pull, and then you win. See, the same thing. What they showing you is you reaching into darkness, and it's like it is they letting you know that it's a gamble. Everything you do is a gamble, man. You shooting in the dark, unless you have somebody that's there that's gonna help you. If you got somebody that's there that's gonna help you and lead you, then you're okay. But if you start realizing, hey, I do have senses. But guess why you don't even get to use that sense about the bottles? When I talk about like filling the bottles up with water, the reason you don't get to use that sense anymore is because, or you don't even think about it. Like you could be filling something up. Like I do this a lot of times. Like I might have to fill up a bucket or a huge container. I might have to fill it up with water. I'll leave the water going because I know what it sounds like when it gets to the top, and I can just go do something else. Then I can hear it. I'm like, okay, it's almost there. And then you make sure you're there so it don't overflow. See? But we start losing all that because we're surrounded by all kinds, there's so much other stuff. Just so we never think about our own senses, like hearing. We don't think about our own sight. We don't even think about our own touch. And see, Gil should know this because just working with cars, say for instance, working on cars. When you work on cars, like when you do body work, if you're actually good, you're not visually finding out if the car is correct. It's not all visual. A lot of it is through touch, where you have to rub it and touch it. Okay, that's okay. I can feel it, and you feel exactly which way you need to finish sanding or whatever else, right? Just by touching it like that, just touching it. And he knows this is true too, even if he will come in and act crazy sometime. But that's Gil. That's my little brother. Of course, he gonna come in, and I'm gonna have to jump on him. And now, y'all, sir, I got another little brother now, y'all, sir. He wanted it so bad. So now I have to hang him every once in a while when he brings his ass up in here, and he just crying. Last thing down there is crying. So, who is the lion in boxing? Let me see. Does anybody have any idea who the lion is in boxing? And if you put it up, Gil Coles, I'm going to take it down. I'm just forewarning your ass. If you put it up, I'm taking it back down. Simple. But does anybody know who the lion is in boxing? And we're going to see who the lion is in boxing. Who's the lion? Lions, tigers, bears. But who's the lion in boxing right now? And I did not say who's lying in boxing. But who is the lion in boxing right now? Because that's what we got to talk about. A little bit. That's one thing. So who is the lion? And is there any cubs? Can we get some cubs up in here in the boxing? Because right now the wool, I'm telling y'all right now, the wool is being pulled. I'll wait until y'all come up with a good answer. Y'all come up with something. And it'll be debatable. I'll sip some tea while y'all think about it. The lion in boxing. Didn't I just tell him, y'all? Didn't I just tell him? I just told him that. Okay, so here we go. And you see, it's my two clowns. These are my two little brothers here, my two clowns right here. You notice that? So y'all notice who it is, right? Two clowns. Two of them out here. One of them talking about somebody's lying, and then the other one talking about there's no king of the jungle right now. Yeah. There's always there's kings. There's a king. Okay. There's always because if you say that it's not a king, then you have to put a queen in there. Okay. So that's the second part. That's another part of it, right? That's not the second part of what I need to say about it, but that's another part, though. Okay, so I don't even know why I opened that can up. Can you name the queens in boxing? And no, I'm not, since y'all want to be smart. So who's the queens of boxing? And I'm not talking about Shields. No. So who's the king? Who's the lion? Who's the lion king? And if you put up a name, then put lion or put king. Put lion or king or queen. And I just said it, and you're trying to be a smart ass, man, and that's not what I said. I said we're not talking about Claressa Shields. I said we're not. And y'all just in trouble with me today, man, both y'all. Because to be a lion, it don't have shit to do about you getting beat. Matter of fact, you can get beat as a lion. Lions lose to hyenas all the time. But who's the queens in boxing? See, the reason y'all don't want to say who's the queens in boxing, y'all scared. You're like, oh, I don't want to call him a queen. But who's the queens in boxing? Right? The lions. Who is the lion in boxing? And if there's not a lion in boxing, and it's damn sure not the coke crack king, if there's not a lion in boxing, what the hell are we doing? What the hell are we doing? I can agree with Mel. I can't agree with Benavidez, Derek Bailey, because Benavidez just want to eat. But then Derek Bailey, see, that's what I'm saying. I always got at least one person. That's my voice of reasoning. That's the one that actually follows the chat and understands the chat. I got people in here that don't understand the chat. They're not understanding that the conversation is all perspective. You know, the conversation. Somebody could read a transcript after I have actually said what I said. Somebody can read it out as a transcript and it won't make the same kind of sense that when I'm saying it. But Derek Bailey gets what I'm saying. And he said a whole shitload of queens. And that's what I'm saying. Look, if I pretend and act and like I'm vicious, and you call me out and then I don't fight you, and then my fans start calling me a duck, and so then I start laughing and I put a duck hat on, am I being a lion? Or am I lying to myself? Or am I just being a little princess or a queen? What am I actually being? If I'm playing into these are my fans. Am I going to keep my fans if I do some stupid shit like that? Am I going to keep my fans? As far as wanting to smoke, Benavidez is really talking a lot like he's about that action, but we got to see it. I know something that maybe y'all don't know. But a lot of these people just talking. I mean, anybody can talk a good game. Anybody can talk a good game. But if you listen to Benavidez when he talk, he know that Charlo's not scared of him. He said, no, I don't think he ain't scared, but they try to scare people or whatever. I don't even know if they try to scare people. They want fights. They want fights. Who's fighting them? Who's fighting the Charlo brothers? And don't say Harrison. Don't say that Harrison won next and all that. Get out of here. You got at least a few people that should be fighting them. Now we just got a championship that was given or exchanged for a WBA, right? And that's Ugas, right? So Ugas, and this pops up in my feed, and I'm like, why is this popping up in my feed all over the place? That Ugas is talking about he doing a recheck. Like, nah, I'm good on Earl. You wanted the belt so bad, but now you don't even want to face Earl. Something wrong with that. I have a problem when you are a champion and there's another champion that calls you out. You don't want that smoke. See, there's a lot wrong with that. A lot. You have a lot that is wrong with that. And you boxers, you guys are killing your sport. All this money out there. Now, I might jump on Tyson's side every once in a while. But then Tyson has a legitimate case. And I'm going to tell you why Tyson has, and I'm talking about the real Tyson. I'm not talking about Tyson Fury. I'm talking about Mike Tyson. He has a good case, and the reason he has a good case, there is money out there for boxing. But the boxers now are not creating the public interest. Now, when Mike Tyson wasn't even 20 years old, he wasn't even 20 years old already. He was already doing talk shows. He was all over, doing commercials and everything else, right? Do we have a fighter? Even Mayweather wasn't even doing that. And people tease Mike about how he talk and all that, but shit, Mike done all kinds of endorsements and stuff. See? But who's doing that now? See, that's why I can understand Mike. Well, shit, Mike's like, shit, I got to, my family can eat off this. Y'all just letting boxing slip away? Because even though we're holding on, and I don't like to be one that holds on to shit, you know what I mean? That's why I can't take it, like the boxing right now, I can't take it as serious as I want to. Because every day, it's a whole different story every day. It's somebody pulling some kind of a duck move. I'm like, oh, here go another duck. God dang. So you get excited if I told you. That's why you never did. That's why you don't really catch me reporting all this stuff. I'll bring it up, but I'm not going to sit there, oh, the former, champ, this and that and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to waste my breath on you. Because if you're doing something in a good light, guess what? Eagle going to boost you up. My whole chat. Yeah, my whole chat going to blow you up. We're going to be like, yeah, we going to get this, man. Oh, he going to piece this boy up. We're going to talk to you, and we're going to talk about you in a positive sense, a good sense. We're going to talk about you in a good sense. But when you hit us with that straight up oak, we seeing through it like, oh, that's an oak, man. That's an oak move. Everybody was excited about the Ugas and stuff, right? You all excited, right? But what is our saying, or what is Eagle saying in Eagles Way of Boxing all the time? Not the real, not some deal, but what do I always say in Eagles Way of Boxing? I'm gonna see if you guys even remember. What do I always say in Eagles Way of Boxing? Just to see if my family if they respect me enough to remember that. Yeah. Yeah. But Derek Brady got the shit right. He said a whole shitload of them. All of them acting all fairy tailed out. Yeah, EJ a lion. Yeah, EJ's a lion, but EJ is a different kind of lion. EJ's a lion that's chasing like certain things. Which I guess we can keep him as a lion, but it's like I said, just not too many of them. And why are the lions being grown in Texas? And then one out now was in California, now up in Washington. But now in Washington, way away from each other. That's an angle. So from Washington, all the way from Washington State down to Texas. Those are the ones y'all naming so far. And see, Derek, you got to explain to Gil. I can't explain to him. He said, "What you mean by queens and lions?" He don't get it. Yep. And y'all, sir, shut your ass up, y'all, sir, talking about getting scammed for our pay-per-view money. When y'all not even paying. How much y'all paying over there? Y'all paying like $6, $7. Get out of here. Stop it. What's the max y'all pay? $15 or something, right? As far as wanting to smoke Benavides is with it. Yeah, we talked about it. Derek Bailey, yep, y'all, sir. Of course you're gonna get scammed. Are we supposed to pick your favorite fighter, Ortiz? No. Ortiz, you can call Ortiz a lion. He an older lion. Queens and fairies, that's it. Didn't Mel say David too young? I heard that Maul's talking about fighting him. In other words, he's letting him know that, okay, did anybody remember, okay, since Gail brings this up, did anybody remember what happened to the last youngster that Maul fought? The one that he said wasn't ready for him. What happened to the last one and who was it? And then we'll carry on with the chat, but I want to see if anybody paid attention. The last so-called young lion that called Maul out, they wanted Maul, like, I need that smoke. They wanted Maul so badly, and Maul told him that you ain't ready for this. What happened to him, and what was his name? That's an Eagles Web live trivia question on Eagles Web. See if y'all got it. Yep. And it doesn't matter. He'll fight him, but it's just he's protecting. He's actually protecting the youth, is what Maul is doing. Oh, okay. Y'all, sir, says 20 quid. He said, but every other fight is on pay-per-view here, so it balances out. That's right, Derek. Tell him, don't get Nick up in there. I'm not excited about Ugas. He just holding the belt. But guess what, Gil? He's holding the belt, but Keith ain't holding no belt. Keith wasn't even the belt holder or keeper. That's what we talk about. We got belt holders and belt keepers. I can hold shit for you. There you go, Derek Bailey. It's right there. He got a question mark up, but that's him. Second part of the question, Derek Bailey, what happened to him? Charlo tried to protect him, but he didn't want the protection. What happened to him? So what happened to Lubin when Charlo tried to protect Lubin? What happened to him? And I'm talking about both Charlos. Both Charlos try to protect your ass. They try to protect you, but you run up in there. There's another fighter that they try to protect too, and that was J-Rock. They try to protect J-Rock, but J-Rock was like, "Oh, I got to go have this. I got to have it." So both of them try to protect you. That's a lion move too, though, because you're trying to protect them. You want them to have a career, right? Now, if we say the same thing, now let's flip it real quick, Derek Bailey. Let's flip it up. So was Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, and Danny Garcia, were they trying to protect Earl by not fighting him? Is that the same situation? Is it the same? And I see you down, right on, brother. I see you down at the bottom. He said KTFO. Somebody got KTFO. That's what it was. See, here's the conversation. The conversation is sometimes a fighter will say that they're protecting you, but they really not. They kind of like worried about you. And sometimes a fighter is protecting you. And so far, when the brothers say that they're protecting you or going about your business, they mean that. Because you think you've seen something in them. They, believe me, they seen something in you. And they probably seen a lot more in you than I seen. So you bring your young ass up there. If they saying, man, just take it easy, man. If they telling you to take it easy, that means they done seen something. They seen some tendencies and they seen something else that you just don't clean up. Because some stuff, it don't matter what your training camp is like. Some stuff you clean up and some stuff you don't. And some things you revert back to doing that you shouldn't do. See? There's a difference. Don't come here, don't come here messing with ego on something. And I'm not gonna say Gil's stupid as hell. Somebody timed Gil's ass out for me. Gil said Captain Saber Fighter. I'm not saying that the Charlos are Captain Saber Fighter, but it makes sense. If somebody's in your, just like if somebody's in the league, any league, like football or whatever, man, you don't. If they just getting in, man, you every once in a while you rough them up, but you just let them know who's boss. But in boxing, a lot of times you think ain't nobody looking out for you. No, I want the smoke because you your own guy. And you think you want the smoke, but sometimes they letting you know, hey, you're not ready for this yet, man. They just let you know. You should be thankful, like, oh, I'm not ready. Okay, cool, man. Good thing you let me know about that. God dang. I could have got myself, what could they have got, Derek Bay, what could have happened? I could have got myself KTFO'd up in here. And that's basically what you could have got. Derek Bay had to break it down. That's right. Tell him, Derek Bay. He breaking it down. He said, Queens are the fighters. Oh, my goodness. I just slipped up. Queens are the fighters talking ish. And then when the fight almost happens, they pull out or have another fight already signed. Like Garcia and Tate. Yep. Or like Canelo. But then, okay, we already talked about the Lubin. Yeah, I think, hey, listen, Gil, to me, I think Lubin can beat. Ain't nobody's going with your analogies now. I think Lubin can beat Maul now. Lubin cannot beat Maul ever. You just can't beat Maul. Some people got your number. Once somebody, he got sunned, man. Y'all hold on a second, man. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here go my All right. Yep. Disturbances. Yep. Oh, see, Gil. See, Gil is just okay. Let me go back first because I always got to go back before Gil said that. See, Gil, you gotta read what Derek Bailey and other people write before you come out with the shit you just said. See, before you come out with that, you got to see right above there. Before you even say Captain Saber Fighter, Derek Bailey told you. He said no, they avoided EJ. Now, EJ wasn't no 35 and nothing. He wasn't no 25 and 0. EJ didn't have all them fights, but I was asking what the difference was. They wasn't trying to save EJ. They was avoiding EJ. There's a difference. So we talking about saving the fighter, but guess what? You said these guys willing to fight the best, but we gonna save them. Yeah, you can't throw everybody. You can't throw everybody. And what's the example? Does anybody remember the example that I gave everybody? And I'm gonna tell you one of the fighters. I'm gonna give you one of the fighters, and that was Marvin Hagler. Who did I say should have never been fighting Marvin Hagler at the time he fought him? You guys remember? This guy got his whole career got ended. Matter of fact, I think he had 2 detached retinas, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, if I'm not mistaken. But Keith is an avoidance. Matter of fact, this is not a Keith jump today. I can make it a Keith jump, but Keith don't want no part of Earl. That's why King Louis was in here the other day when we had a show, and he even brought that up. Like, we're gonna see how much smoke did Keith really want. Keith don't want Earl. He's just talking shit. He would rather have now Keith. If it's true that Keith is trying to run some kind of interference, or that he did run some kind of interference, it's because he would rather fight Ugas. He don't want Earl with all them straps because, oh shit, now I really got to fight Earl. And yes, they gonna catch me as being a fraud. I'll fight Bud, but they really gonna catch me as being a fraud if I don't fight Earl, because now Earl has all the belts except for one. And see, don't think I don't read through that shit. I can see your cowardly ass, Keith. Keith, you ain't scaring nobody no more. I told you, man. What I told him, Derek, that if you're gonna scare somebody, have some scary shit behind you or something. Be in the alley, man, and tell people that's how you roll. This is what I do, son. This is where I came from. Tell people where you came from. Show them where you came from. Don't just talk about it, because I always hear about where these fighters came from. But then you don't see it. And you find out there's some kind of suburban home and shit like that. Their parents all got money, and they was raised, silver spoon, golden spoon, and shit like that. And you're like, wait a minute. You wasn't from the bottom. Now, who believed it, even in that song, the Drake? Who believed that shit? But he started from the bottom, now here. Who believed that shit? Do you ever believe that Drake started from the bottom? Y'all fall for so much hype. Don't believe it. Y'all fall for too much hype, man. I can't believe y'all still exist, man. Damn. Gil said from now on you got to be 35 and older to have a title shot. No, you could be 3 and 0. Get your ass in there. I'm just saying that you will have a fighter that's kind of looking out for you. But if you got to get run by them, they'll run you. They're like, okay, I told him I was going to run his ass. We just lost a good fighter, Leon Spinks. He got an opportunity to get a win, and he was only like, I think, 6 and 0 or something like that. Derek Bay say, especially Keith. Yeah, keep running his ass off. Is EJ avoiding Boots? Boots calling him out. Boots ain't got no belt. Damn. Why people so slow, Derek? Huh? What did Earl say? Earl said strap season. I'm fighting mandatories or a strap holder. That's it. And I'm going to get around to him. He going to get around to Bud and them. He want Ugas because WBA look better. That's one of the first 2 original belts. WBA, WBC, right? Of course you want those. If I know that, the fighters know that. They want what was around first. He got the WBC. Now he want the WBA. Derek Bay, it used to be like that back in the day at Gil Cole's. Yeah. But and there you go, Derek Bay. That's the name right there. Sugar Ray Seals. But look at it like this. The 35. The only fighter that actually went through the hell like that I can recall, the only one that really went through the hell like that. And Jack Johnson went through that hell, and then Marvin Hagler. We talked about that. That's the only two fighters that had to go through that kind of shit. And then I broke it down even more the other day. I told you that on the second Antifermio fight, that you had a dirt dog in there by the name of Panama Lewis was in there, trying to steal a fight from Marvin Hagler. Get your ass all the way out of here. Get your ass out of here. Yep. No, I didn't think the Chiefs was going to win. I said, I'm going for the Chiefs. Do you understand what going means and believing and gonna bet your house and shit? That's a difference, Gil. Yeah. He said he thought that the Chiefs were going to win just like you did. But yeah, of course. I was hoping for a win. I didn't think either way. I knew that it was going to be some kind of a fix anyway, though. It wasn't no clean win. It was a big win. It didn't look clean to me. A lot of it looked kind of clean, and a lot of that shit looked suspect. A lot of it looked suspect. And I already knew it was going to happen. As soon as something happens like that, when a team loses like that, they start cleaning the house. And so they started, the Chiefs, right away, news came in. They start cleaning the house right away. That's how I know. See, the difference being is that some people know when something's bullshit and other people just don't know. They'll fall for it. Oh, yeah, they going to change. They're going to change management. They're going to change coaches. They're going to do this and that. No, they had nothing. The coach is the one that's in the spotlight where you can see the assistant coaches and all that. That's all in the spotlight where you can see. That's the scapegoat type of shit. That's all that is. Coaches are always a scapegoat when it comes to stuff like football and basketball and baseball. Sometimes baseball, but most time baseball, once you get a good manager in baseball, they keep that manager. You know, when you get a good baseball manager, they usually keep him. But we're not saying that EJ had a belt, but I'm saying that they wasn't, the whole thing, the topic on right then, Gil, was protecting. Nobody was trying to protect Earl. They were trying to protect their own ass. And then when they had to fight Earl, I want to fight Earl. Did Danny look like he really wanted to fight Earl during that whole fight? Give me a round in the fight where Danny looked like he really wanted to fight. It was one round in the fight they looked like he wanted it. Can somebody name the round when Danny fought EJ that Danny looked like he was like willing to fight? Can somebody name that round? And once somebody names that round, then you put it together for yourself. That's all I'm gonna say. You put it together for yourself. When somebody puts that round down, if somebody knows which round, I'll read it if they put it down. If they can remember which round that Danny decided he wanted to fight. And you got your father in there. Your father told me, oh, you wasn't throwing no punches. Yeah, the first was okay, Derek, but only one round he came out and he threw the most punches. It was only one round. Because everybody, when they fight Earl, is going to come out and act like they want to fight in one round. Because that's usually a filling out round. Like, let me see what he got. Yeah, everybody come out like that then. But if we pull up what Mikey, all the shit that Mikey was talking, okay, that we didn't bring. See, Mikey, we roast you, but we save a lot of information and shit too. Because if you remember correctly, Mikey was talking about that Earl was going to see how much power he had. Anybody remember that? That Mikey was saying that Earl was going to remember how much power he has. Then he had the power to hold his hands up and fold up into the shrimp position. Yeah. But since nobody put down the round, it was the last round. The last round, round number 12, is when he decided to throw punches. That was it. I'm not saying he didn't have any good, any okay rounds. I didn't see none that was like that was a great round for you. No, nothing like that. Because Earl was playing with you and shit for a lot of the fight. And why is Earl playing with you after getting beat up by a Ferrari and you out there getting played with? But he admitted with his own mouth, oh, Earl's stronger than Keith. He's stronger than Porter. What is that saying? If he's a stronger fighter, Danny had no problem, fighting Keith and had no problem fighting Porter. Damn sure had a problem fighting Earl, though. But the point being is the last round is when you wanted to fight. Because it's over with then. I can fight now. A lot of fighters pull that bullshit fight in the last round. A lot of them pull that. You're going to fight the last round. Get your ass out of there. Yeah. The 5th round is a good round there. But the last round is when he really act like he wanted to do something. But when it's already over with, of course you're going to act tough when it's over with. Yeah, I can act tough if it's like 10 seconds left in the round. Come on. Anybody can do that shit. You done made it. You talking about come on and your face is like this. No, his face wasn't that bad, but his shit was like. Yeah. Then nobody see. And see, now, I must say one thing about what Yasser is bringing up, because it's funny, but it makes a lot of sense. And let me break that down for you. He says the way Mikey was raising his arms after getting his ass whooped every round, he says he's crying, right? So what that is that's a trick that fighters use to try what they call steal a round. But there's no way that Mikey, raising your hands or not, you wasn't going to steal a round. As a matter of fact, I think he might have stolen a round with one judge. Because other than that one judge, it was just a clean 120. What was it? 120 to 1. What was it? 120 to 110. What was it? One what? Y'all know what it is. 105. It was just straight across the board like that. Oh, no, 120, 108. So 120, 108. So doing this shit at the end of a round or doing a fist pump shows that you're entertaining, that you're in the fight, that you feel good, you're winning. But it only shows that if that's an actuality. If you're really winning and shit, then they'll go for, yeah, I'm going to give it to you too, champ. If you do like that and you champion somebody's ass up, and then you can go like that. But if you got pieced the F up, then you doing all this shit and going like that, nobody's falling for that. That's what we call the okie. We call that the okie doke. He tried to okie doke somebody. That's right, though, y'all. So he's funny, though. They called it a moral victory. What the fuck is a moral victory? What the fuck is that? Yeah. A moral victory means that you're not immortal. That means that means you're not immoral. You're moral. Moral victory is just saying that, oh, he's moral. In other words, you got your ass humbled. Huh? Or moral victory just means you got your ass humbled. That's all it is. That means you got humbled. You got to read through that shit. It just means you got humbled. It don't mean shit else. It don't mean that you went in there and fought your ass off or nothing like that. It just means that you are moral. It's a moral victory because you got your ass humbled. And that's all that happened. I'll pull the voice clip up. I'll pull it up. I got to find one of them where he's talking that shit about how Earl was going to, see how much power he got. Because he said everything. He was talking about the boxing, the speed, the power, boxing IQ, offense, defense, ring generalship. He beefed his own self up to take a smash down. But he put himself up like, oh, I'm all this, I'm Mikey. But what are you doing now besides trolling? I can't allow you to do that shit, Gil. I can't allow you to do that. I'm sorry, brother. Yeah, Gil trying to take over with his laughter and shit, trying to get y'all on his side laughing and shit. That shit ain't funny. That shit is not funny. that the Mikey fight should have been a draw. It was a draw. It drawed all kind. Didn't it draw enough people in there? It drawed my ass up in there. Who didn't it draw up in there? Who? See, y'all, sir. 1 minute you with Gil, next minute you against Gil. See, Gil, I told you, man. Gil comes in on that bullshit sometimes. Okay, let me just go ahead and read it out anyway. So Gil Cole says Mikey blocked all EJ's punches. Is there anybody in here that believes what Gil said? Put up a 1. If anybody believes anything that Gil put up right now about Mikey blocking all of EJ's shots and it should have been a draw, somebody put up a 1 if you believe in Gil's assessment. Put it up. Put the 1 up. If you think Gil's just clowning it or Gil's just full of, you know what? Put them deuces up there. Yeah. Y'all, sir said I can't back him on this one though. Yeah, you usually that's your brother. That's your brother right there. That's your brother. So you gotta be able, you gotta back him up, man. Y'all roll together, man. Y'all gotta roll all the way. Y'all gotta roll all the way with him. Yeah. How many times have you guys came into Eagles Web and seen Gil get so many comments and shit deleted? Never, huh? Gil get his ass towed up today. He coming in with all this shit. And y'all get my likes up. Some of you people just coming in visiting or just running in and out, hit my thumbs up on your way out. At least you came in. I was expecting more. I was expecting Ray to come in, but he didn't. Or maybe here listening. Yeah, y'all, sir said Gil just talking, just taking the piss. Even he don't believe it that himself. He just saying that. Oh, he's taking the piss. I guess that means taking the piss means you're talking crap. Yeah. Now I'll leave that one up there. Gil said that EJ couldn't get through Mikey's shrimp shell defense. Yep. Yeah. And then Shadow 9 don't like it. He don't like it either. He said, Gil, you on that pipe again, Gil? Oh no, Gil on some kind of shit, Shadow 9. Yeah, but the shrimp shell. The shrimp shell defense that's the new defense. But when you just getting your ass just beat up, when you getting soccerized, not even murderized, when you just getting soccerized, puncherized, he tenderized his ass with them punches. Yeah, had his ass in the shrimp shell. The shrimp shell defense. Hey, so Mayweather got, well, Mayweather actually people call Mayweather, that style is not what the Mayweather style is just the Mayweather style. Yeah. Yeah. But it's not what they call it is that's not the real name for what Mayweather does or what Mayweather did when he was fighting. When they call the shoulder roll, that's not the shoulder roll is actually that's a move that you use. I just got to clarify for you guys, just because you just to get your knowledge base up a little bit. Because the shoulder roll is something that you use actually in close fighting. It's not something that you use to get away from people like that. The shoulder roll is actually you actually rolling around with the punches. In other words, you're slipping and turning with the punch. You're shouldering it more or less. So you're deflecting it off the shoulder and then you're countering around. You're getting your shots off. That's more of a shoulder roll. The shoulder roll is not staying way away from somebody and then waiting to hit their ass with the counter right. That's not the shoulder roll. That's a version of it, but it's different. A little bit different. Yeah, but we got to get that. So that's so Mayweather has so that's the Eagle Web question. So Mayweather had the Philly shell. Which infamous fighter had the shrimp shell? Huh? because it wasn't really a it wasn't I don't know, it didn't really start. I don't know, there's so many controversies about it because it started way back, probably even before then. Probably I'm gonna say probably even before before the 1900s that the shell started. And but there's gonna be a lot of people that argue, where it started. It started in Detroit, started in Texas, started in Philly. So there's always gonna be somebody. We don't really care where it started, but we know that it's called that they named it and they try to call it the Philly shell. So Philly shell. So Mikey has his own Mikey the shrimp shell. So we got the shrimp shell and we got the Philly shell. So in the fight gear, which one's more effective? The Mikey shrimp shell or the Philly shell? When fighting Errol Spence, which style would be more effective? The Philly shell or the Mikey shrimp shell? Because the Mikey shrimp shell will deflect some punches. Yeah, that's stupid. You're so stupid though. Yeah, Mikey shrimp shell defense was impregnable. Yeah. Derek Bailey said that's what Tony said. He must be talking about James Toney because James Toney did the Detroit shell. He was pretty good because he would shoulder. Because when James Toney would do it, it was mostly when he did it was to block your big hand. Your right hand is when he did it. He could lean. He could have his right down low, and when he did it, then he could come back with a good counter. Or so it's like it could be different ways. So it could be like the shoulder. So you block it in. So the punch comes, you blocking in, but then you loop around, but you loop in one motion. So the punch is going out the way, you drop down and then you counter, or you can just counter. Dropping down and countering gives you more options because you can come up. You might get 2 shots off instead of just 1. If you go like that and just come back, you might just get 1. But if you're dropping, if it already bounces off your shoulder, and then see now now you got that left hook open, and then you still got it right. You still can get it right because he's gonna have to block with one hand being missing, so he's gonna have to block with the left. But you can still get the other side though. You can still get an uppercut or something like that until he gets both hands back home. See, boom. So you get there. So, or just that one, bam. But Mayweather used to shrug it up a little bit. Sometimes and shoulder. So he would Mayweather had more of an elbow shoulder roll type of thing. He would do the elbow up sometime. So the elbow, he would use the elbow, and plus he'd do that Fat Joe on you too. He had like kind of a lean back on it too. So his body, it's a nice thing to look at, if you can get away with it. A nice long jab negates that. If you can keep the jab going, if it's nice and accurate. Yeah. But you're right though, Derek. Yeah, Tony would say something like that. Derek, how many L's I got right now? How many what my lights look like? Did Gil short me again? Because Gil always try to blame you all the time. But hopefully he did. Let me see. We got somebody. Looks like we got a newbie in here, Tug. He ain't saying that. He didn't say salute to nobody, but at least he came in with. He comes in with a question though. Tug UBSJX. I don't know, man. That your name is kind of suspect, but I'm gonna appreciate that you came in, and I'm gonna go ahead and read out what you got. You said, how would you manage Wilder's career to get him on top? Who would you make him fight next? Well, he has to fight somebody. Wilder himself has to fight somebody in like the top 5, top 6. And that would be okay. He just has to devastate somebody. So if it's still there and he's devastating somebody, he'll get right back in it. And if I was him, I wouldn't even take a WBC challenger. If I'm not gonna get Tyson Fury, I'm gonna take somebody out, maybe the WBO or the IBF, something like that. Because I believe those are the 2 most disrespectful organizations towards Wilder. So I would take one of their guys out. Yeah. So I would try to get rated in the top 2 or 3 with those 2 organizations, and then get a chance to beat up Usyk or get a chance to beat up Joshua. Yeah. So he has to take that on the outside. Okay, Derek, that's kind of respectful. At least my mom's got my back. I don't know. People keep flying because I keep seeing these people coming in and out. Yeah. But Wilder, other than that, if Wilder is still together, I put it that way, then Wilder need to get back in there. Because see, the thing about it, Tug, is that there's no, in Eagles Web, in this boxing forum that we have here, there's no warms up. And when I say warms up, there's no, we're in this chat, we don't allow you to use the tune-up fight shit. You can't use that no more. Because Earl Spence destroyed that. Earl Spence got beat up by a Ferrari and came back and fought one of the so-called monsters at 147. So there's nobody has a better excuse than that. So there's no warms up. If you stayed your ass out of boxing because you wanted to or you were scared or whatever it might have been, then you got to get your ass in there and fight. We don't care. In Eagles Web, we give zeros. And if you don't know what zeros are, just ask somebody what zeros are. Y'all let them know, Derek, what is zeros. Because in here we give zeros about any fighter. But if you stand up, then we stand up. If you sit your ass down, then we sit on top of you. But we sitting on top of you with razors on us. We got razors on our bottom when we sit on you. So there's a lot of difference. We're going to cut you up. We're going to cut you up. And we don't like to spit our food out. Some people talking about spitting them out. No. We save you and we bring up stuff like later. Like I brought up the thing about Mikey talking about that Earl was going to be surprised with his power. See, Mikey, you turned into a troll and we just slowly get you, like every once in a while we'll throw a couple of jabs at you. Because this is our sport to enjoy. It's your sport. You're a participant and a fighter and a so-called warrior, but we got to sit back and see what a warrior does. And we're supposed to be like, did you see that fight? Oh, he a warrior. See, that's what you're supposed to leave and see inside of us. That's what you fighters are supposed to leave us thinking, oh, man, we got to see him again. That's what you're supposed to leave us. It's like a good movie. You're supposed to leave us feeling like that. But you leaving us with 3 letters, WTF. That's the way you leaving us. We're like, huh? What? What was that about? Or it can be another way that we get that is when we know somebody clearly got robbed. When you got kids called in the fight, you got adults and professionals and people on the sidelines, you got fighters. You got 10 different sources on the outside of a fight. They've seen the fight from all different angles, and it's a robbery. Then you leaving us with the WTF. When you do something dirty, you leaving us the same way. Because somebody should have fought by now. Tyson Fury, somebody should have fought. If we're not getting that fight, what the hell's going on with that? Okay, there we go. Yeah, so Hussein said I would argue. He said Earl won this Ferrari because after the accident, the Ferrari wasn't roadworthy, whereas Earl is running on all 8 cylinders. That's a good one. I like that. That's good. That's a good Eagles Web answer. I like it. That's good, though. But the Ferrari won, but see, I'll put it to you this way. The Ferrari won, but it was at a cost. See? Now let's take a step into that direction. So the Ferrari won, but it was at a cost. So what fighters are willing to win, even if it costs them? Those are the lions, the ones that's willing to win, even if it costs them. Now, I'm not saying that these young guys should go in there and fight and it costs them. I'm not saying it like that because I don't want... It's good to have protection. And it's not the shit that Gil said. It's not that. It's not no Captain Saber fighter. It's a Saber boxer. No. It's just that sometimes when you got to tell the youngsters, okay, you'll get your shot, man. Just hold on a second. You running off you running off of too many cylinders. It's like the Ryan Garcia act like he want the tank, right? Oh, I need the tank. That's all hype. You too hyped up, man. If you go back, like I told you, go back and look at the Peter McNeely versus Mike Tyson. He was that. Now you want to talk about hype and adrenaline? That's all that was hype and adrenaline. No boxing skills whatsoever, but hype and adrenaline. He thought he was gonna fight Tyson. Nah, but Tyson went ahead and fought him anyway, just to show him, hey, you're not ready for this. This is not in your league. Now some fighters will fight you and maybe school you and let you know that I'm out of your league, but then some fighters might just destroy you. Might just beat the hell out of you, and you might have been able to have a good career. Yeah, but Derek May laughing. He understands, and he says facts out there, Yasser Hussein. And like I said, I'm in agreement with that, but I put another spin on it. Is that you could beat somebody, but sometimes it costs you. So I think that he recovered from the beating, and we understand that. But I think the Ferrari won. But the Ferrari, like, what was the consequences of winning? So the consequences of winning was that you got scrapped. We could repair you, but you just say you ain't worth the repair, because if we repair you, you gonna be you know what I'm saying, you ain't, the only thing that's gonna be original on you is probably maybe your back seat. Your back seat. If you have back seats or something like that. Or maybe it's something on the trunk. Maybe it's the emblem on the trunk that's gonna be the same. Everything else is gonna be it's gonna be jacked up. But that's good. That's a good one. I like that y'all think. Sometimes y'all sir could be a thinker, Derek. But it's just the point when he comes in here and he get caught up with Gil Coles. That's where he get in all this trouble. Yeah. I haven't really been reflecting on the whole Wilder situation as much. I know it was tragic, and we understand that. But hopefully it wasn't tragic to the point to where you can't come back and do something. So that's my thought on it. Is that if it's not too tragic to where you can come back, then we're okay. We'll still be good with you. We're still good. Because you're entertaining. And you put people's ass to sleep. We need to see that. Because we're bloodthirsty. And so a lot of times we need to see that. We want to see somebody get KTFO. But anyway, Derek, let me know what you feel about that one. I was trying to find something else. I'll try my best to get it. I think they might have got rid of it. It's real old, but it's like it's just something to think about. That's it. Got to give stuff to my thinkers. People who don't think as much, then I don't think about you as much. But not like that. But anyway, man, let's get up out of here, man. Let's get up out of here on this Wednesday. We never settle. None of our shows we really settle anything, but we just bring out the discussion. So we got a couple of lions out there. Like I said, we got a lot of princesses out there. Got maybe one. We got a couple of kings and lions and stuff like that. But we got a lot of girls out there right now that's parading around, and that's why I'm gonna keep bringing this up. Is that everybody wants to be a fighter now? Who wants to be a millionaire now? Who wants to be a boxer? Being a boxer and making a million is easier than getting on the show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and become a millionaire. Right now, if you build your fan base up in these different forums like the YouTube, the Twitter and all that other shit. If you build that up, then guess what? Then you might be a millionaire boxer. You might get your ass knocked out. Yeah. Oh yeah, but the engine, it don't matter if the engine was in the back. Believe me, that engine was jacked up too. Yeah, because you got engines in that one, you got engines that once you get in an accident like that, that kind of trauma, it still bothers that engine. you know, it's still gonna mess that engine up. I mean, but that's still a good point though, because maybe the engine was good enough, but he got a frame. You gonna need a new frame, new everything. Everything else need to be new. But back the seats and the engine, that's not worth replacing. That's it. But anyway, man, my shout out to all the real people that I see, and my shout out to all y'all that mess with me. Y'all know what it is. It's Wednesday, huh? We looking for a line. Y'all what? Nothing but blessings, y'all. Yeah. You guys already know. I usually stay. I give my sign out. I sign off, but I have to stay because they cut the stream off. Somebody didn't get a chance to come in, and then what happens is they missed like the end part or something like that. Not just me saluting, but they missed the other parts. You feel me? But anyway, I see y'all. I see y'all peacing out, man. I see y'all out there, man. Yeah. I'm gonna catch y'all, man.